friends, it's Allison Sullivan with Stamp Crazy with Allison, and today I wanted to show you this really cute card using a brand new stamp set and set of dies that come together in a bundle called Nothing's Better Than. Isn't this cute? I think it's kind of retro looking, so let me tell you about the products that I used and how you can create this card yourself. The first thing I did was take a piece of Coastal Cabana cardstock. I cut it in half lengthwise, so it's 4 1/4 by 11, and then I scored it at 5 1/2. I've gone ahead and already embossed it with the Tasteful Textile 3D embossing folder. So you can see it's really got a really neat texture to it, and I like it. It's subtle, but it's a little bit more defined than the Subtles embossing folder, which I also love to use. And then let me show you the products that we're going to use. We've got the bundle here. So we've got the Nothing's Better Than stamp set, which is so cute. It's the $1 Million stamp set created by my friend Connie Stewart. And as soon as I saw it, I just loved it. And it really is so Connie. I just love everything about it. I love the fonts. I love the sentiments. And I love the images that we've got. Chocolates and coffee and cocktails and cookies. So it also comes with a set of dies, and it's hard to see the dies, so I've gone ahead and printed those out or cut them out for you to see. So here we go. So if you can see them side by side here. We've got this image here you could use as a negative like I have here, but it also cuts out, if you stamp the cocktail glass, it'll cut that out. Same with the cookies, same with the chocolates, and same with the coffee mug. You can also see that this is a 2-step stamping set, which means that you can stamp this in a darker outline color and then stamp the chocolates inside in a lighter color, and the same with the coffee, the cocktails, and the cookies. So I really like that. And I also love that you've got, you could just have the stamp set. So today's plan, consume chocolate, or you could have today's plan, consume, and use the chocolate die. So I really love that. So when you purchase those together in a set, the stamps and the dies, you save 10% off the price. Okay, so let's get started on our card. So I've gone ahead and cut out this label. I got this label from this die set. It's called Hippo and Friends Dies. It comes with a matching stamp set, and it's really fabulous because I loved all these die shapes, and they all nest in each other. So if you had a larger outline, you could cut a smaller one to go inside, and I just love the shapes. And when you cut them out, they actually stitch around the outside as they cut, so one process. So you can see that here. I'm going to use 2 colors today. I'm going to use Early Espresso and Bermuda Bay. I just love these together. I think they're really a retro color, at least for me. I really like this. So I've got my chocolate chip cookie. I'm going to stamp the outline of my cookie a couple of times here in Early Espresso, and then I'm going to stamp my words in Bermuda Bay. My words are today's plan, consume, kind of dot, dot, dot. There we go. Now for the inside of my cookie, I could have used the 2-step piece here and stamped on the inside, but I wanted to give it a little bit more shading, so I'm going to use Stampin' Blends, and these are crumb cake. So I've got dark and light. I'm going to start with the dark, and I'm just going to color kind of around one side here, like so, and then like that. Just kind of scribble a bit. Nothing too fancy. And then I'm going to take the light blend and I'm going to blend that in. And I should say, when I stamped my little cookie here on the corner, you can see that I went off the edge. I did that on purpose because when you stamp something off an edge of a piece of paper, it draws your eye out, so it doesn't look quite as planned or contrite if it was just stamped within the boundaries of of the label. So I kind of like that. So hopefully you can see that by using the two colors like that, and you can keep going and add more shading if you want. I'm going to just stop for now. Okay, so hopefully you can see that you've got a bit of a two-tone here. It just gives it a little bit of dimension. Okay. All right. So the next thing I want to do is cut out my word cookies with my die. So I'm using a brand new product. These are foam sheets. I'm going to turn them over so you can see these are 4.5 by 4.5, and they come in a pack, and they're really great because what you can do is stick on your DSP or stick on, in this case I stuck on some cardstock. Now I've cut a piece that's the same size and glued it on because this is double-sided. Does that make sense? So this is double-sided and sticky. So you glue down your cardstock or your DSP. And normally, if I was just going to do one cookie, I would just cut a little piece, right? I wouldn't use the whole sheet. But I'm going to be making a whole bunch of these cards to send out, so I just covered the whole piece. Then I've put my die on top, and I've run it through die cutting machine. And then when you're finished, this just pops out. So let me just take this out. There we go. And it's got double-sided on the other side. Just use my poker here to get them out. Here we go. Now, because I've gone through cardstock and the foam, I am going to have to use some sort of poker to just poke out the little pieces that they've been cut, but they just didn't pop out when I pulled it out of the foam. Once you've got that, you can just position it where you'd like. So there you go. You've got your cookies attached. I've also gone ahead and stamped an extra cookie and colored it in and cut it out with the coordinating die because I want to pop that up on my card, my finished card. So let's put the card together. We've got our background. I've gone ahead and cut a piece of DSP. This is from the Neutrals collection, which I really love. The DSP that come in packages of 40 sheets. They're 6 by 6, and you get 4 each of the 10 colors in each of the collections. If it's the in color collection, you get, I believe it's 8 of each or 6 of each. Not quite sure because there's only 5 colors, so probably 8. But I really like this idea because you get so many colors and you get the patterns, which I really love. So I'm just going to put that on the front of my card. Now I'm going to use a new product that just came out called Stampin' Seal. It comes in this little resealable pack. This is what it looks like, and it's got this little protection on the end, so you just want to take that off. And then it works just like any other double-sided tape, although I will say that I'm very light on the touch on this. I don't press too hard. I just sort of, yeah, and then I kind of flick it off, and it's just really smooth. It just goes on so smooth. Put that down on my card, so. And then I'm going to bring in my piece that I've already decorated. And I'm going to just add my tape. And got that here, like so. I'm going to bring in that extra chocolate chip cookie, and I've just got a regular dimensional here. Stick that on the back, and then just sort of position this someplace on my card that I think looks good. And then just to finish it off, I'm going to add a piece of this ribbon. This is from the Playing with Patterns ribbon combo pack. So there's 3 packs of ribbon in one container. You get 3 spools. And this one here is the Coastal Cabana, which I really love. It's a bit stiff, but it's still soft enough to tie in a bow. And I've done that here. So I've got it already tied here in a bow. And I'm just going to attach that with a glue dot. So here again is our finished card. I've gone ahead and made another card just to show you using similar products, but just with a little bit of different colors. So again, I've used that same embossing folder. And here, I was trying to go for this looking like a cookie sheet with my cookies baking on them. And so I cut 2 of those labels from the Hippo and Friends die cuts, which I really love. And this is just white, soft ribbon here. The thing that's great about this ribbon is it's so easy to color with our Stampin' Blends. I didn't do that because I wanted the white, but it would have been pretty colored in. And then I just stepped it up a bit. I stamped those same words, today's plan, consume. I stamped them on the Coastal Cabana, but I embossed them in white embossing powder and then just cut the words out. Just wanted to give it a little bit more. And then I did substitute the Bermuda Bay on the background here. So those were my 2 cards using brand new stamp set. I hope you enjoyed those and have a really great day. Happy stamping.
Step it up worldwide. Here we go. On my way up, 'cause it's up to me.